Hey guys, this is Snake Eyes Swarm. We're gonna go ahead and go to the ship and start our discussion. So, One Piece chapter 1139. Actually, I kind of want to get started with talking about this last four chapters. It's been quite a bit of while since we've had four chapters in a while, and I'm honestly pretty happy for it. Hoping Oda that gets his rest. I want to see the man be able to finish the story before he retires, and I want him to be able to retire and enjoy the rest of his life. Oh, you know what that is? That is the burning blade. Not something I really want to mess with, but we might go poke at it just for this stream. Oh, no, we will not. There's someone using the burning blade, so not today. I don't want that demon on me, and it looks like they're probably about to go ahead and get rid of it. We're at the Reaper side out. So, these last four chapters have been really, really, really good, in my opinion. Um, we might go ahead and just chase. Buy a treasure map or something. You never go wrong with a treasure map. But we're gonna talk about these last four chapters. They've been great. I think the one that started it all was the introduction of Gunko. No, 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 no. Yeah, yeah, it was Gunko revealing her powers. The arrow fruit. Of course, we didn't. I don't think we got the name that chapter. But then Loki gave a really cool speech at the end, talking about how he's gonna destroy the world. Yada yada. Pretty good. Then the next chapter. Whoo! Shamrock. The next chapter was about Figureland Shamrock, confirming that yes, Shank does have an evil twin. The clone theories are off the table, which, I think a lot of us are happy about. Some people are, still holding strong for some reason. Actually, I think it's in my quests. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Snake Island. But yeah, some people wanted it to be a clone. I don't want everybody to be a clone. I hope that clones are something that happen very rarely. Um, and then we moved on to last chapter with the Cerberus reveal, which was really cool. I think that was the actual confirmation that he is Shanks' twin and not just like a cousin. And that also basically confirmed that yes, Shanks is also Figarland Garling's son. Um, so yeah, there's been a lot of confirmations going on, and then this chapter. This chapter was all about the man in the hat, and for a long time, since he was revealed with who was it? Who's that old guy? Crocus. A lot of people have said that they think he's there. We go. There it is. Where are we at? It is southeast of us. Or just straight southeast. And a lot of people were saying that character might not even ever come back into the story. He's not relevant. Some people were saying it was Shiki. Some people were saying it was Gabon. Some people were saying that, it was Rocks, I think. Maybe I'm just making that up, but I feel like did hear some Rocks theories. Um, as for me, I didn't know what to think. I liked the idea that it was Gabon. Never really liked the idea that it was Shiki. But at the same time, it did look like, I had seen the color version. A lot of people pointed out the color version, you have the blonde hair. So I assumed, you know what, the guy has blonde hair, but Shiki has blonde hair. And then you get um, the cloak. The cloak looks like Shiki's. The one thing that kept me off was that, two things actually, was that he was drinking with Crocus and seemed friendly. Crocus wouldn't drink with him, they're enemies. Yes, they did cross paths at the end war. Not that Sheik even paid any attention to Crocus, but actually that's not me slighting against Crocus. I think Crocus was him in his time. We'll get there one day. We'll talk about Crocus one day. My underrated, uh, really strong old guy theory video, or not even theory video, discussion video. Well, that'll be about Crocus, because you can ask my brother. I'm always talking about how I think Crocus was really cool back in the day. I consider him to be like, I know this is probably like blasphemy, but like the third commander on Roger's crew. I know. But either way, um, but yeah, he's drinking with Crocus. Didn't seem friendly. Not that uh, Crocus is a doctor. Maybe he took out the wheel that was in Shiki's head, because that was my second big thing. Is like, where's the wheel? Shiki has a wheel in his head, and it's kind of hard to miss. And I didn't feel like the hat could hide it, although it is very Oda-like to have something as simple as a hat hide what should be such a big, like, it should stick out, even out of a hat, but whatever. So we meet this guy, and his name is Ya, and I think um, this is the first time I've ever heard this. I did not know this until now, that it's actually Gyaban with the Y, not Gaban. So Gyaban. And that's why we, over here in the U.S., over in these Western areas, don't quite understand the Han of Ya, him being known as Ya. So for the Japanese fans, it was probably a lot more obvious. I've seen a couple of reactions where they were like, who's Ya? And even Braga was a little bit disappointed at seeing. And I think that's because there. Oh, these guys are on the move. Something not going there. We don't want nothing to do with these guys. But Yasan clearly looks like, Scopper Gaban. He looks a little rough, honestly. His beard's a little scraggly. Is it land there? I don't know if I should go that way. I'm gonna run into this. Please don't judge me. You guys can judge me out of there. Bam. I'll fix her up. I love you, baby. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do this to you. I didn't know if there was land in the middle of that. I didn't want to sail through it. Look at me. Messing up. Yeah, like I said, I kind of suck at this game. We're going to get better as we go along. But, I just didn't feel like there was anything better to play for a pirate story than a pirate game where I can be and do pretty much everything I want. Because One Piece is all about freedom, and this is a game all about freedom. Pretty much. There's probably some things that it would probably benefit you to still be able to do that this game doesn't let you do. Like, I don't know. I'll get back to you on that. But either way, so we'll get to Ya. Some people were disappointed, like during their things, because they didn't know who it was. And I actually kind of like that. Like, it makes for a better reaction to it. Unfortunately, around here, I already viewed the spoilers and stuff. So But for the other people who don't, they got to have like this really genuine reaction. Like, who the heck is this guy? And the chapter builds up to his reveal, hypes him up a little bit, and he basically is just like, yo, you guys are troublemakers. I like troublemakers. And I just love that attitude. I love that he's more wild and silly now, because it looked like in his flashback that he was the more cautious and thoughtful one, or at least one of them. And he's telling the Straw Hats, hey, you guys really sure about getting this key? Only Shanks was able to stop Loki. which means that Gabon wasn't able to stop Loki. So that's that's up for a discussion. Maybe he wasn't there, because he does travel. We know that like, for sure. This is a man who likes to travel. Wow, I've got a little ways to go. I got my own travel I gotta go on. So play some music. We'll play some music. Where's the music? Here we go. But either way, he's talking about you guys really want to let Loki go, and Loki's like, you know what? If he causes any trouble, I'll smack him up. And they're not having anything to do with any of Gabon's warnings, none of that stuff. They turn away, which is just hilarious. I'm loving this Luffy Zoro Nami dynamic. In fact, actually, it's pretty much just been Luffy and Zoro, if I'm being honest. You guys have to tell me if you noticed that. But it's kind of been Luffy and Zoro. Because I personally feel like Nami hasn't really contributed much to this whole dynamic. Maybe I'm wrong. But either way, you've got Road carrying them around, and he's gonna push open this. I think it's just a throne, like a secret door behind a throne that he's going into, and it is where the key is. And then we cut over to the Giants, and they're the ones who kind of tell us about, Gabon's feats, that he protected Roger from 100 men while Roger was in the hospital. And this kind of reminded me of when Luffy took Nami and Sanji up the mountain after fighting all those rabbits and stuff. Just a little bit. I mean, it's not really similar at all, but it reminded me of that just a little bit. And these two, just this one man, Gabon, was able to take down all these trees, which doesn't seem super impressive either, just trees. It'd be cool if he cut part of the mountain in half or something, but I guess, the hospital's on the mountain, so you can do that. But he took out all these men. Also, a little bit reminds me of Whiskey Peak, Zoro versus his 100 men. Let's hope that these guys are a little bit tougher than the Baroque's Works agents. But, sorry guys. A little tired today. Actually, I'm really close. To the left. And they say, this guy stood shoulder to shoulder with Silver's Rayleigh and was a rival to him and the Pirate King. Pretty cool, pretty tough stuff. Whoa, look at this. Hold on. Pretty tough stuff. And then we come back to Gabon, and he's saying, you know what, if you guys want this key, you're gonna have to challenge me for it, or you're gonna have to take it from me. And I almost want to say it feels like a race rather than a fight, but it could very well be a fight. I don't know. I don't feel like Gabon can take this. You could tell me, guys, whether you think this is blasphemy or not. But I don't think that Gabon can take Luffy. Am I tripping? That's whack. I thought I could just take it. But either way, I don't feel like Gabon could take Luffy. So I feel like whatever he's going to do is kind of like a trick. Like, it's going to be tricky. And I'm not saying that he's not strong. I just think that Luffy is, ridiculous at this point. He has the most ridiculous power in the world. That's kind of what's been going on here for this last while. And Luffy is susceptible to getting some damage. I mean, he took a punch from Atlas. So I'm not saying Gabon isn't even going to get some hits on him. I just feel like Luffy is too strong for Gabon. Like, I would think that Kaido is too strong for Gabon, you know? Again, it's not me dissing Gabon. It's not me even overhyping Luffy. It's just I think that Luffy's him now. I think that Gabon was him, just not anymore. And I do think that he can do some damage, just not enough to put Luffy down. So I just feel like this is either going to be a race or some kind of test. And I almost want to say that Oda might not show us right away next chapter. I feel like he may tease us. He doesn't have to tell me what you guys think will happen. But this wasn't really a very long chapter, and that's upsetting. But we've gotten 4 in a row. Again, they've been good chapters, in my opinion. Bangers. Whoops. Yeah, I can't aim either. Okay, that was in the air. You guys seen that? You guys saw that eye? Okay, don't roast me, please. I can only take so much today. Oh, dude, we're just gonna get out. There we go. Let's get out. I was gonna say we're gonna get out of here. Oh, cool, new quest. Let me check my here. Turn this way. We need to look around. Yeah. Let's see. I'm watching. I think I'm turning the wrong way. We'll see. You have to look. I'm up for. My boys to hop on or something. I don't know what they're doing. Whoop. Look at that. Smokey. Let's go, it seems like Smokey might want the smoke. If we get Sang, we get Sang. Let's get his ass. But as for next chapter, I think that Oda could cut away. I don't want him to. I'd love it if he didn't. I just feel like he could. And even if he doesn't, I'm hoping that we get to a point where he does, because there are some characters I'd really like to check up on, like the Revolutionaries, Mihawk, Blackbeard, and even see what Shanks is doing. What is Shanks doing? Where you going, buddy? Come back, Smokey. Also, does anyone know if the One Piece live action is supposed to come out this year or next year? I'm really hoping for this year. Are you shooting at me? Okie dokie. It's time. Boy, he's friendly. Hey! What a guy. I'll leave him alone.